Thank you for checking out Lakehead International's videos. You're about to watch one of our Lakehead International live webinars, a fun and informative way to learn more about Lakehead while also meeting faculty, staff, and current students. If you have any questions throughout today's video, please comment below. Otherwise, let's get started. To kick things off, I want to welcome you to Lakehead University and introduce a bit about our institution. For those of you who don't know, we are located here in Canada, more specifically in the province of Ontario. We have two campuses for Lakehead University. One is in Orillia and the other is in Thunder Bay. We also have a partnership program with Georgian College in Barrie, Ontario. Being from Lakehead, we are extremely proud of some of our rankings and recognitions. Although we're a smaller or a medium institution, we still pack a punch in terms of how we compete among our fellow universities across the world and Canada. So to dive into that a bit more, I wanted to share the fact that Lakehead University is the #1 in Canada for not-for-profit research income on our primarily undergraduate category. We are also recognized as the #1 university in North America with under 9,000 students. And that's a ranking by Times Higher Education Global Impact Rankings. And here in Canada, we have something called Maclean's Magazines, which has ranked Lakehead in our category consistently within Canada's top 10. So we're always proud of those. There's more details about those rankings on our website if you wish to learn more. Shifting gears, though, something that we do here at Lakehead that we're extremely proud of is our scholarship program for undergraduate students. Last year alone, we gave over $7.8 million Canadian to international students pursuing undergraduate studies, and you can learn more about that on our website as well. Another unique thing here at Lakehead is our small classroom experiences, where our student-professor ratio is 15:1 on the Thunder Bay campus and 13:1 on our Orillia campus. What that boils down to and what we feel ties really strongly to our graduate success in terms of that small classroom experience is the employment rate of our grads. So within 2 years upon graduation, 96.3% of Lakehead students are employed. That's above the Ontario University graduate average, which is 94.3%. Chatting a bit more about Lakehead, I want to remind our viewers we are an Ontario accredited university, a public university at that. And so you can feel confident in the quality of the education you will be receiving while studying here with us. And you will also feel confident about our status for postgraduate work permits. Students that are currently here at Lakehead include a group of over 8,600 folks from around 80 countries across the globe. They're pursuing a wide range of programming. So we have over 85 undergraduate and graduate programs here at Lakehead, some of which offer a cooperative education experience, including computer science, and we'll chat a bit more about that later on in today's presentation. But first and foremost, we're here to chat a bit about academics at Lakehead. So I'll share a quick overview of our areas of study, which include business administration, engineering, science and environmental studies, natural resources management, education, social sciences and humanities, health and behavioral sciences, law, and graduate studies. Today, we're going to be diving a bit deeper into the Faculty of Science and Environmental Studies and actually chatting with computer science. And on that note, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome and introduce Dr. Mohammed. So I'll pass it over to him to say a few words.
Thank you so much. I join you in welcoming all the viewers to this webinar. My name is Sabah Mohammed. I'm not only the acting chair, but I'm a full professor in computer science, and I've been in Lakehead for more than 22 years. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm happy to have you, and especially with your longevity here at Lakehead, you bring a wealth of experience and knowledge to today's session. So on that note, I'll kick it off and give a broad overview for those students who are wishing to learn more. So the Department of Computer Science, as I noted, is within the Faculty of Science and Environmental Studies, and it provides the foundations of computer science courses to prepare students to pursue in the undergraduate experience 2 different options, science or business focuses on the Thunder Bay campus. And for our grad students, we have a wide variety of options to complete that grad program, that Master's of Science in Computer Science, and we'll chat a bit about that in a few slides here. We also offer a wide range of variety of computer science material, both practical and theoretical. That could include software development, artificial intelligence, programming languages, data structures, operating systems, networks, theory of computation, architecture, graphics, software engineering, object orientation, mobile computing, game programming, cloud computing. The list goes on. But essentially, what we want you to hear and understand is that when you join us here at Lakehead, there's going to be opportunities for you to explore your passions and find the field within computer science that is most relevant to you, that excites you, and hopefully it makes you want to excel within computer science as a field of study. More specifically, our Honors Bachelor of Science program further retains a strong mathematical component with a solid foundation in linear algebra, probability, and statistics. Moreover, that same option on the Thunder Bay campus for undergrad students offers some specializations, which we're going to dive into in a moment here. But I'll actually pass it over to Dr. Mohammed to share more about first year at a glance for our undergrad students, those that are joining our bachelor's or honors bachelor program to kick off computer science, their first time most likely in a university experience. What can you anticipate when you join us this upcoming fall, perhaps? So I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think what every student expects from computer science is the following. This is a door to open anything in the future. Actually, to uh, most experienced people and countries, computer science is a strategic field. It's like rocket science. It will change the future not only of you, but the future of the whole industries, economy, and so forth. So I'm sure we all understand that one. And if you are passionate about computer science, you are in, and you are going to change everything. Trust me, nothing like a passion, nothing like a person who knows the targets. And if this is a strategic field, let me dive in. This is what I have done when I was a young guy, where I dived in computer science and everything being changed. To tell you the truth, yes, at Lakehead, we are small, probably in the size of the university or a size of the department even, but we are so big in the effects, to tell you the truth, because we do something where we train specifically students to something really, really more, let me say, career directed, as well as academic. So we combine those two and present them. For example, we are focusing more on courses that are more AI, vision analysis, artificial intelligence, pattern recognition, big data, and data sciences. I can name many courses that AI oriented. So this is something. When you talk about a science focus or computer science focus and business, they are not that the difference. You can switch between them at any time, but if you are in a computer science, you will get more computer science courses. That means five more compared to the business one. And the business, what you do, you take you take something relevant to business, something like, although it's saying accounting and management in front of you, but actually what you are going to take, business intelligence, you are going to take something about entrepreneurship and many more that are orient you to the work in business and work in business, like, for example, a fintech. It's something every bank, every, if you are an investor, you are looking to something that give you the analytics of computer science beside the knowledge of the business. So if you want to combine that, you can do it. The good news, recently we agreed with the Faculty of Business that they will give you a credential beside the credential that we give you, that mean a bachelor honor degree in computer science with business, but the Faculty of Business will give you something called Certificate of Entrepreneurship. So if you are there, you will get two credentials too. But if you are in science focus, oh, the luxury open to you in a different way. For example, you can have two specializations, programming, or lots of things to do with design and graphics, animation, and so forth. and health informatics, where the industry around health informatics is so huge, not only in Ontario but the whole Northern America. We teach a lot of things like clinical decision support system, health informatics, and many courses in that direction. So if you would like to decorate your science focus with something related to game programming, or by the way, game programming is not about games, it's about creativity. All the universities now are looking for guys. The industry is so big, by the way, it's more than oil. So the gaming industry is so big. So we are very proud that we achieved those two specialization beside those two options. Yeah, I think I briefly there is something about mathematics. When you ask, well, I hate mathematics. Maybe I was. We were intensively embedded with a lot of mathematical courses, but we changed that one. We reduced it from 10 courses to 4 now. So you are only required to take something like calculus, discrete math, and those are the most important, and of course probability and the statistics. So those are the only mathematics. So don't worry about well, if I hate mathematics, no problem. You are in a different thing. We do have uh, option. If you like to increase your mathematics, you can do that. But these are the required courses. So
For
I think
sure.
I should stop here. Once you want me to switch to.
Right. I'll add on to what you were saying. So, of course, setting that strong foundation within the computer science program, so having the select mathematics courses is going to be important to your overall success and ability to proceed in the program. We will have additional sports here at Lakehead within our academic zone to assist you if you struggle in math. I was a business major here at Lakehead University. I'm a graduate of the Honors Bachelor of Commerce program. Math
Yeah,
was hard for me as well. That's
yeah,
why I went down the marketing route and the human resources route.
yes.
But we'll have assistance available for you to guide you.
Yeah, university, if I may interrupt,
Sure.
university is something different from being in a high school, especially because it open your horizon. For example, we have those C courses. If you can see, you see, if I want to decorate my not only my passion but my degree, I might take more on sociology or more in other directions. So university is about enriching your knowledge in diverse areas. Beside, of course, you will be specialized in computer science. So that is the university, and that's the world of academia.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing more. Shifting gears and coming back to something I touched on at the beginning of today's webinar, we do have a experience where students actually can join us in our Lakehead Georgian program. So we, as Lakehead University and Georgian College, one of our counterparts in Barrie, Ontario, offer a really unique experience where students can get the best of both worlds, essentially, where they will receive a degree from us and a diploma from Georgian College in just 4 years. Something to reiterate and remind our viewers, you will still be doing university level studies from year one, day one, when you join us. The first 2 years of the program are delivered at Georgian College, and we do that strategically to utilize the facilities available on their campus. And the third and fourth year, your final 2 years or senior years, are delivered on our Aurelia campus in Central Ontario. When you graduate with those 2 degrees, you'll actually have an honors Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from Lakehead University and a computer programming diploma from Georgian College. This is a really unique experience for students, again, to graduate with 2 different credentials in just 4 years. If you would like to learn more, you're more than welcome to head over to lakeheadgeorgian.ca. But I do want to take this opportunity actually to shift gears once again and introduce the idea of graduate studies. We recognize on today's webinar, we have many students that are interested in our Masters of Science in Computer Science, which offers course-based approach, project-based approach, as well as thesis. I'll pass over to Dr. Mohammed to share more about the project and course base to start, and then the next slide we'll chat a bit about thesis.
I will say, well, this is something really We are one of the universities who attract lots of graduate students. There are lots of reasons for this, because we were among the first programs who targeted international students, and we know how to accommodate them. So that is presented a great success. The second thing, it's not only about knowing. We have so many students from Middle East, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. I can name many countries, Egypt. I, if you see the structure of the students that we are having, it's very impressive. And by the way, actually, we have a demand that is comparable. I don't want to name the other universities in Canada, for example, that are so big. We receive a number of applications that are really massive. That means if we have even the capacity, we can bring more, but we limit the acceptance to certain level, because this is our ability to deal with them. But when you are at Lakehead, you will be changing your future 100%. Not only actually what we are offering. We are offering actually 4 programs. The course base is 1 year, and 1 year. And the good news about 1 year, now you can even work 3 years in Canada if you have 1 year. So before it wasn't like that. But that 1 year, you have to take 10 courses. So with the project, you will do small research called the project beside 8 courses. So you are going to reduce little number of that. The course base is 1 year and a half. Thesis is almost 2 years, or even 1 year. But with the thesis, you are going to take only 6 courses. The remaining is a research that you will do with your supervisor. You will most likely you will get a funding here from your supervisor. It's called RA, research assistantship. And of course, we are opening some international GAs. I believe next year will be there's some international GAs. And of course, if you are domestic, you will get the regular GA that you deserve. But believe me, we are under the thesis. You are also eligible to take the AI specialization, which is something that will decorate your thesis. Plus, you will be specialized in AI too. And we are very good at the AI, by the way, because of 2 reasons. Not only because we have a specialization in AI, but because we are recognized by the Vector Institute, which is a highly notable institute in Canada and in Ontario, to recognize AI specializations and programs. So our programs is nationally recognized as a viable, important program in artificial intelligence. So please, this is something very competitive. I ask you to be very diligent in making your applications. There are teams who are looking at your from our faculty. There are 3 senior faculties looking at your application, and we are letting the clock to work very fast. Every 1 week, we let them to have a meeting. This is a 200 application. Look at them carefully, and we give you the feedback immediately. So we are working with you, and we are sweating, to tell you the truth, to accommodate as much as possible students that our program can stand.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing more. I know that a common question at this point from students or viewers is, if I would love to do the thesis based, but I'm admitted into the program, or pardon me, the course based or project based, can I switch after the fact? So something that students could certainly pursue is joining the course based and having an opportunity to meet our faculty and build relationships with them, understand their research areas, and perhaps how your thesis based approach could work down the road. But that's something that we would look at after you've already joined Lakehead University. And Dr. Mohammed, I'll give you an opportunity to add some words here as well.
Yes, this is I call it the safety net. We build a lot of safety nets. You can switch programs at any time. If you are in project, you can switch to course base. If you are in a thesis, you can switch to project or a course base. Of course, but each one they have their own requirement number of courses, so you have to take more courses. No problem. The thing is, we made the environment to work for you. And trust me, this is something very significant in at Lakehead because we care for students, and that's something you will see it. And I'm sure the word of mouth, to tell you the truth, we've been running this program since actually 2009 as a separate master's in computer science, and word of mouth started. We started 50 students, then 100, then 150, and we reached 200, and now we are targeting 300. So you can see that word of mouth, unless we are good, they will never apply. And you know how important that thing, and we care for you.
Awesome. I think that's a great segue into the advantages to studying at Lakehead, specifically the second point on this slide. But I'll pass back to you to share more about the specializations available to our undergraduate students in terms of game programming and health informatics.
Well, that's something we've been looking at it carefully. Game programming is something will open your horizon because of they call it the Drosophila of science, to tell you the truth. The Drosophila is the flight insect or fruit insect, anyhow. Because when you study in biology, what is the thing, the smallest biological system that you can study in biology? They call it Drosophila. They go and insect this for us in science. When you change academia, you need a model that change academia. And in all Northern America now, game programming become the target. Teach them game programming because game programming will end into design, storytelling, empathy, sympathy, play. Those are the ideas of right brain thinking. You will be right brainer. You see, what changed GM, for example, or Ford, or many other industry is not, it's not the technology, it's the design, it's the storytelling. GM was failing. When they started to introduce that ideas of design, their cell jumped and become comparable to the Japanese cars, for example. Can you imagine why they are focusing even in medicine or every other field on design? Because design is about creativity. We do that in game programming very effectively. When it comes to health informatics, you see, this is how we look at it. You need to look at something called caring, because science sometimes are dry. Looking at health informatics will let you to be understand caring, how the decision making is done in a clinical paradigm, how I will care for patients and so forth. You see, those are things will connect you to a big industry like health informatics that it's also will give you the caring. So, of course, mentoring is something we do it often. Our doors are open to you at any time, and we chat with you. We accommodate your problems. We understand that you have family commitment, budgetary limits, and things like this. We involve you in many things. And if you are international students, I will tell you, don't worry. When you come, most of the issues that you are worried with will be solved.
Yes, I'll add on to that. We also have our international student services team that has similarly been supporting international students for over 10 years at Lakehead University, and we've developed those specialized supports to make sure that you'll be successful when you arrive here on our campuses. On the note of enriching your education and making sure that you're successful, we also like to build in hands-on experiences where you can apply your foundational and theoretical knowledge you've built in the program in alternative methods. So, Dr. Mohammed, I'll let you share more about the experiential learning aspect of perhaps research, and then I'm going to dive into the cooperative placement in education.
Well, that's something we take it very seriously for two reasons. When you are engaged with research in early your studies, whether you are an undergraduate or even graduate, the advantages as follows. Every research that we do touches with some a practical problem, an industry problem, and as well as it will let you to share the models, the ideas, the algorithms that you studied in other courses into those. So we involve students. We have a formal course called directed research, but not necessarily that you take directed research. It's called 4479, but you are you see, most of our faculty have grants from Maytax, from ANSERC, and many more, and they offer positions where you can take during summer or under co-op and work with them. Believe me, even there is a co-op that you can generate. It's called student type of co-op, or you can look for an industry where it can employ you, and we will give you a lot of assistance through not only our department, other sections of the university where they are called the co-op department. They will train you, and they will let you to tune your CV into. They will let you to be interviewed by relevant industries, get the job description to you. So everything will be taken care of in that direction. So you can work and gain industrial experience while you are doing your studies. That's how the co-op work.
Thank you for introducing that. I'll touch on some more specific points related to co-op and the advantages to completing that experience. So, as noted, these are formal work terms that are built into your program experience. They can be up to 8-month work terms, and that could be over the course of 2 summers, or you could do that during the academic year. On average, you're earning between $20 to $25 Canadian, which helps you sort of, as we like to say, earn while you learn. So you can start to finance your own education through this paid experience. And we have already partnered with over 140 international and national companies where we have students placed. As noted by Dr. Mohammed, we also have our career services and co-op team, which are happy to guide you in this process and help you find new experiences. Some of the notable companies we work with are Amazon and IBM and BlackBerry. Those naturally, I'm sure, are jumping out on the screen as, yes, a computer science is going to be in those technology-driven companies. But similarly, tying to the health informatics, for example, you could potentially have a co-op at our Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Center. You could work for the energy sector through Hydro One, or the natural resources management and mining sector, like a local company in Northwestern Ontario called Newmont Gold Corp. These are just a few of the examples that we have listed here today. Of course, if there's a co-op with a company that we've never necessarily engaged with before, we're also happy to review those positions and see whether or not they're going to be a good fit to satisfy our degree requirements, but also provide you with the anticipated foundational knowledge and learning we would like you to get out of the program. Dr. Mohammed, did you have anything to add on to that or follow up with?
I will say, well, we have a co-op on all the big companies, including Google, which is not mentioned here. But to tell you the truth, we have a lot of startup companies, not necessarily a big name, but they do almost a similar thing. You see, startup companies employs a lot of students from our program, and they do marvelously well. So sometimes they are local inside Thunder Bay, sometimes in Ontario and elsewhere Canada. And by the way, I want to say we encourage students also to have an international co-op, but I will not talk about that. we are sending to Germany, for example, lots of students going to do their co-op in Germany. And Germany and other countries, actually, I don't want to talk about that, pay them more than when they come there. So they them. So we have all this opportunity. If you are passionate to get a co-op, you will get it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing more about that. And chatting a bit about enriched education, I would be remiss not to mention some of the things that we're extremely proud of here at Lakehead University. As noted, you'll have access to cutting-edge research technologies and state-of-the-art laboratories. So Lakehead is very proud to offer that exceptional experience where you can enrich your education through these laboratories. Some of them are located in the newly opened Center for Advanced Studies and Engineering, Advanced Sciences and Engineering Studies building, pardon me. Pictured in this photo is actually the Instrumentations Laboratory. This laboratory is a part of Lucas, which is Lakehead University's Center for Analytical Services. Lucas actually acts as an access point to many of Lakehead's laboratories. These laboratories are internationally recognized, and scientists lead research teams that offer a wide range of expertise to users in both North America and even beyond in the world. So they may not all necessarily be tied to computer science, perhaps. They may be more focused on a chemical engineering, perhaps, or our forestry department. But as noted by Dr. Mohammed earlier today, the beauty with academia is that you get to enrich your own education through your own passions and desires, and you get to carve out your own degree by taking courses that are relevant to what you wish to explore. Another really unique opportunity and learning center is the High Performance Computing Center. It is managed by Technology Services here at Lakehead University, and it provides that high performance computing resources, visualization tools, software training, and support to facilitate research, discovery, and innovation in all academic fields of study. Of course, naturally, that goes hand in hand with computer science. Dr. Mohammed, did you have anything to add for this center specifically?
I will say we have this center plus a lot of specialized labs that computer science and TSC provide. Labs that provide GPU power, and we have access to cloud-based services like services in Amazon or others will provide you with a lot of computing power. So high performance or a specialized type of computation can be done in various levels at computer science. By the way, for example, you do not need much with computer science. For example, when it comes to mobile programming, for example, you can we have a few devices, Android devices, for example. You can program them, but you can program your own too. So we play a lot with virtual labs and cloud services now because this is the trend. Actually, thanks to COVID, where we've been pushed to those services, but we find them very interesting to because the maintenance and others is done by a bigger institution like Amazon and others. So we leave it to them. But what we gain is the services that we are getting through them. So these are you see when you are when you are in computer science, we will guide you how to use them. Some of them are very free. You do not need. For example, Colab. You go and use GPUs over Colab. Why not? And this is a cloud provided by Google, and we use it. And we use a lot of things like this.
Awesome. Well, thank you for adding that. I know that we are continuing to evolve in terms of the services and the access to resources our students have, and I'm sure what we have now will not look necessarily the same in 2, 3 years as you join the program. We'll continue to enhance those and add on to that as the industry evolves. One of the physical spaces, though, that I think is really unique is our virtual reality lab. We do call it the Lakehead University Virtual Reality Environment, Louvre as a short form, essentially, or an acronym. It's managed again by TSC. and boasts the latest state-of-the-art imaging and processing technology, which truly establishes Lakehead as a leader in virtual reality instruction and research. It's a high-performance graphical workstation which drives the video display, the rendering, and complex computations, which you can see in the photo here. It's coupled, of course, with high refresh rate projectors, a massive 150-degree curved laser calibrated screen, and these robust technologies result in a highly realistic and sophisticated interactive simulation environment that is useful for understanding spatial dynamics as well as relationships among objects, peoples, and places. This space really offers faculty and students that unique experience that are consistent with successful instructional strategies, including, as I've noted and we've touched on today, hands-on learning, group projects, discussions, simulations, and concept visualization. Once again, Dr. Mohammed, I'm going to pass it over to you because I'm sure you have some value to add to the slide.
I will say this is one of the project that I was involved on, Dr. Fiadi, with Dr. Rogers, who's the Dean of Medicines of Nozum at that time, where we created that virtual reality lab. And that lab is so impressive, I can tell you. One thing, it was initially designed to provide something like virtual anatomy and virtual surgeries and things like this. But it was expanded to touch many areas, of course, including game programming and lots of ideas on virtual reality. We are thinking to advance that project to be more immersive, where sensors and other things can be, so you can touch things and you can play with them. Now this is a version that do not have a lot of sensors. You can watch, you can see, but to interact with that environment, we are and expand that project to be more immersive.
That's very exciting news, and I'm sure these students on today's session will look forward to perhaps experiencing that one day. As we sort of come through this cycle of what to anticipate and what you'll be able to engage here at Lakehead, I'm sure many of you are asking, when I graduate, where am I going to be able to go and where can I take my Lakehead degree? I always like to note on this slide, and I take a full stop here and say, this is by no means an exhaustive list. If we had an exhaustive list of everywhere our computer science grads have gone in the past, we'd be here for another 20 or 30 slides plus. So this is just a general insight as to where you may wish to take your degree. And the great thing, as we've noted time and time again now, is that you'll be able to craft your own Lakehead degree. You can pursue your passions in fields that are relevant to where you feel you'll excel and you want to explore deeper and further. And with that being said, that may play a role in where you get hired one day. And on the same note of getting hired, I also want to chat a bit about one of our outstanding alumni, which is Lavina from India. She is a computer science graduate, and she now works at Slalom in Toronto as a Salesforce developer. She was in our master's program, and she actually was able to do a cooperative education experience where she did a paid internship at IBM in Toronto for 16 months. This helped her fund her studies, of course. And when we had an opportunity to sit down with Lavina and chat about her educational experience at Lakehead, she specifically noted that Lakehead gave her that opportunity to both understand herself, help see what's best for her, but also taught her how to analyze situations, which now helps her in her role at Slalom to meet client needs and build solutions that are focused on those needs that are client-specific requirements. And that's something that she developed those skills through her program at Lakehead. So this is just one of many outstanding alumni we have in the computer science program. I would encourage you to check out our website to learn a bit more. You can head over to lakeheadu.ca/international and check out our student voices on our channel. On that note, this does conclude our formal presentation on computer science. I'll pass over to Dr. Mohammed for final thoughts.
Well, I believe you introduce everything in a good way. I tried my best to introduce other venues, but in general, if you are considering Lakehead, this is a great opportunity. Believe me, the most important thing when I applied for a university when I was a student is that I should find good hands to care about me, and we care about you. So that is something very specific to Lakehead. So I advise you to think about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Alrighty, with that being said, we'll meet you over in the live question and answer period. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, I want to encourage you to comment below or connect with us on social media. We can be found at Lakehead International on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for watching once again, and hopefully we'll see you at the next live webinar. Bye for now.